well. I crossed 1 million, so next stop will hopefully be 2 million. I'm not doing anything outside of what everybody else is doing. I'm just sticking to the plan, sticking to the program. Last month, July, was my best month yet. I grossed over 30K in payouts, have over 1 million funded now, and just rolling, rocking and rolling. That's it.
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Not a lot. How are you?
Good, doing good. So I guess to get started, where are you from, and like what's a background? Where are you from? What do you do for a living? And then when did you get into trading originally?
So I'm from California, Orange County. I've been living in Henderson, like Las Vegas, basically since 2020. I absolutely love it out here. I've been trading. So I only got into Forex because of Blue Edge.
Okay.
I've been trading stocks and options for about 6 years now. And then, just looking for more and more ways to diversify, talking to people. A friend I have out here told me about Blue Edge, who oddly, I guess he got in years and years ago. Oddly, he doesn't even use prop farms, anything like that. But, I got hooked up, started March or April of last year, 2024. I don't know. I botched too many things. I screwed things up. At one point, maybe like 6 months into the journey, I decided, look, I'm going to try and do just enough to make my money back with this Blue Edge thing and then call it quits. And at some point, things started clicking. Oh, I know when I started working with Jefferson, everything started clicking.
Yeah.
And obviously. And so now here we are, July. So I'm about a year and 4 months into it. August, I guess. A year and 3 or 4 months into it. And last month, July, was my best month yet. I grossed over 30K in payouts.
Oh, wow.
Have over 1 million funded now, and just rolling, rocking and rolling. That's it.
So originally, you heard about us through a friend, and you were a stock and options guy, and you're like, okay, let's diversify, try this. What was it? I'm sure you're skeptical, right? Because there's so many trading gurus and bots and different opportunities. You know, because you've been around for a little while. What was it that made sense to you and made you decide that, hey, you know what, I'll just give it a try?
The final factor for me was that I had a real life friend, a real person that I know and talk to, who had nothing to benefit by telling me about it. The fact that it was working for him is what made me initially jump in and go ahead and try it. Okay, I'll try this thing for a year. Worst case scenario, chalk it up as a loss, basically.
Gotcha. So you're like, all right, I'll give it a shot. You're doing it on your own, tweaking with things. And then you said you signed up with Jefferson when?
So I did the white glove service for a handful of setups. And I think as soon as I got the chance to do VPF, I jumped into that. Because after, a couple months of white glove service, having him do some setups for me and work with him to that degree, then I just decided that would be worth every little bit. And it certainly has been.
Yeah, for sure. And so what's been the difference? Because that's pretty impressive. You kind of quickly ramped up to $1 million and $30,000 in payouts. It's a lot. So what's been working for you?
I have done nothing outside of the generic recommended. I'm running all my bots. I have 14 licenses. I'm always running all 14. A challenge fails, I start one the next day. I lose an account. I start a new one the next day. I'm still hedging everything but Funder Pro now. And I'm starting to understand that there is deeper math to hedging, and that maybe whatever. I still do it for the psychology. Everything but Funder Pro. Yeah, after I had gotten a handful of payouts, even though I was still in the red overall, I'd gotten a handful of payouts and seen, okay, this thing's working. I decided full steam, just committed it all, running every license. I'm not doing anything outside of what everybody else is doing. I'm just sticking to the plan, sticking to the program.
And when was this that you decided to go, full steam ahead with 14 licenses?
I want to say it was probably December, maybe January even. In fact, I didn't even have 14 licenses until a couple of months ago. I had somebody else signed up with my referral, so I got a few extra licenses. I had, I think, 10, whatever it was. I had about 10. Now I have 14, and I have another friend who's going to be joining pretty soon. He's waiting on one thing on his end, and he's going to be joining, so hopefully I get a few more licenses for that too. And
oh, cool.
I'll just keep running everything I have. I'm just going to keep running them.
That's great. That's great. Since January, so 8 months. Yeah, you're you're kind of at this like exciting point now where you've got a base of funded accounts, and I'm assuming now you're starting to see more regular withdrawals. I mean, obviously 30K, that was pretty good. Yeah. And so what we've seen is that it takes about 6 months of running multiple challenges simultaneously to grow like a good base of accounts. And then after that, it's very consistent as long as you're consistently taking new challenges that replace when new ones blow. And so I think you're kind of at this point where you're going to see really the fruits of your farming.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I'm hoping so. Yeah. I'm already, let's see, August 6th today. And I think I've taken 12 or 14 out in payouts this month already too. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So I'm still rolling. July was a good month and I'm still rolling. I did lose, I lost a healthy funded account, an E8 account. I don't know if you've even heard about this yet, but any account with a trailing drawdown with E8, if you take a payout that goes beyond that, they're breaching your account now. So I lost an account for taking a $9,000 payout from them a couple days ago.
Well,
So I was frustrated, but at the same time, I put 9K in my bank. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just start a new challenge.
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, 9K is not a bad payout from an account. So yeah, that's pretty good. So how do you see this making a difference, or how is it starting to make a difference in your life?
So I have a second baby due in like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And just like about 3 weeks ago, I officially and formally got retired out of my previous career, which is a job I loved. So due to injury, so it's kind of all came together right at a very good moment to just give me a little bit of I don't know, breathing room, wiggle room to kind of figure things out. Got this baby and just lost my last job, so it's kind of like
What were you doing for your last job?
I was a firefighter paramedic.
Okay.
Had this neck injury and I had the surgery done and things got better and worse and better and worse. But the long story short, the doctors never approved me to go back to that line of work. So,
well, sorry to hear that you're having issues with your neck. But so it sounds like it's making a difference in the fact that, during this transition period of new baby, ending of job, you're able to, still have some income coming in.
Yeah. I mean, I have no interest in, Lambos and mansions. So putting everything, I'm just putting in a separate account, a rainy day account right now. And the bigger that thing gets, better I'll feel over the next, year.
Yeah, I hear ya. Cool. And so what's your plan like moving forward? Like what's your plan through the end of the year and heading into next year with prop farming?
Well, I crossed 1 million. So next stop will hopefully be 2 million. Basically, I'm pulling money out now. I put it into a separate account and I'm keeping, a good amount in cash and then just trying to reinvest the rest into, other markets just to continue building that. Ideally, I just won't have to get another job that eventually this thing will snowball enough to where I'll just be comfortable for life no matter how it works out. That being said, ever since I started with Blue Edge, I'm only less than a year and a half into prop farms at large. So there's still in the back of my head this little fear, like, what if all prop firms just get outlawed or go away or, something happens, which another reason why I'm just trying to reinvest it elsewhere and just keep the whole thing going. And
it's, it's a newer industry, but also, it's also the FTMO has been around for like 14 years. So it's not that new. There definitely has been a lot of prop firms that have popped up since then, especially in the last 5 years, I'd say, since we really started doing this. Good and bad, but it seems like the good ones are kind of rising to the top now. Prop firms obviously make money, so they're going to stay in business. There's prop firms outside of the US, there's some inside the US. So, I mean, I think we're pretty safe to say that prop firms are going to be around. Granted, the rules are probably going to continue to change. It seems like this year they've been more stable in their rules. I think prop firms have kind of found what rules are like a slight enough edge where the customer can still win, but also they still have a sustainable business model, kind of like a casino, right? Where casinos, they've got their slight, whatever, depending on the game, 5% house edge, where you get enough people winning and you get enough people losing where they still make a small bit. And so I think it's kind of maturing to that point. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that prop firms are going to be around for a long time because ultimately it is kind of like a casino in a sense where it's like they know their numbers, they know their slight edge and most people are not going to win. Granted, our community kind of are card counters in a sense where we're coming in and doing pretty well.
Yeah, Don't tell E8 that I talked to you.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, we won't show your name on it or anything like that. So, anyways, last question here is, I mean, what sort of people would you recommend it to? I know you already recommended it to one of your friends. What do you think this is a good fit for?
I mean, especially the route I've gone, where I've put a lot of faith and trust into Jefferson. There's nobody really who it wouldn't be good for going that way. I don't know. Somebody still has to be willing to take the risk. No matter what, you need a good chunk of money up front, to start running all your license,
Yeah.
to get the whole thing going. So, anybody who has, I don't know, a zest for adventure and is willing to take a little bit of a risk up front, I don't know, I'm sure glad I did.